Hi guys, update on how things are going. Everything's going not too bad. I'm feeling quite good now with my heart. I'm getting around, managing to get around pretty well now. I've started a little bit swimming to get some weight off, and all which is also part of my cardio rehab. I've actually got two sets of new glasses. This is one set. I'll show you the other set. I'll just bear with me. I'm a bit. That's one set. And that's it. That's how it's really set on now. Everything was actually going really, really well until last Wednesday, and went to open a jar of jam up and hurt my wrist. I just couldn't get it unscrewed. I went that, and I went turn it like that, and all of a sudden turn it, and it opened. I went my hand was I couldn't like. I thought I'd actually broke it, but I've actually damaged the tendons in the wrist. I've actually had problems with this before, which you've probably seen. That was Wednesday. So off to the hospital, got it checked over, and said it wasn't broke. They put like a wrist splint on, which I'd actually put this on anyway because I couldn't like literally grip anything. I can grip now; it's easing off a little bit. I'm just quite slow doing anything with it. That was Wednesday. Thursday, I had to go to the hospital for a checkup on the old ticker, the heart, to see how things are going. They'd put us on the heart monitor, checked everything off, checked everything over, said you've had no problems, and I said no. Any angina? And I said no. I said not in the last fortnight, which was the last time I was there. I think the last time I posted was the 22nd of April, so I was due round about then. But everything with that's going fine. They checked my blood pressure over this, and my blood pressure's always been the upper end of normal for the last couple of years. It's now spot on where it should be, so that's obviously having a knock-on effect on the heart. It's not giving it, which is one of the reasons I think my angina is not affecting us. I've still got angina. I said I probably will still get angina attacks, but hopefully not so often. I didn't get that many, but over probably the month prior to the heart attack, heart attack I've just had, I had quite a few, more than normal. And in the last week prior to the heart attack, actually had quite a few bad ones. I did mention to the doctor, didn't just poo-pooed it off. I've said I could do with getting some weight off, which I said will help my heart, it will also help my knees. But the cardiologist was really, really happy with us. He said everything's going over great. He was laughing about my wrist. And he says, "You obviously don't know your strength." I says, "Yes, it was a tight job, but like the Wednesday, it was really painful. By the Thursday, the pain had eased off a bit. If I'm sitting in the house and I take this off and I try to like move my hand, I get a lot of pain here. So, getting a bit tingling in my fingers. I'm just one possibly, I'm getting a bit of carpal tunnel again. Hopefully, I'm not. Or if I am, it goes away. Because sometimes it can if you wear these. But as I say, if everything went great on Thursday at the hospital for the heart. I said I've started swimming, and asked if I had any chest pain when I was swimming, and I said no. I've also suggested I do a bit like light exercise in the gym. Obviously monitor on a cardio basis, which hopefully will be starting soon. It was supposed to start this week actually, but on Friday I tripped up and I went over on my ankle, and it's like sprained my ankle. Not too bad, but quite painful. It's easing off a bit today. I've been hobbling around quite a bit. My knees, as a result of that, it's on my left leg, which is my leg I have the most bother with my knee on. My knee clicked a little bit, so I've pulled something in my knee, just strained my knee a little bit as well. So I've got a support on both at the moment. I was getting around quite canny. If I walk a long distance at the moment, I've been advised to take a stick. Not so much because of my knee, but because if I start getting out of breath, it'll help with the angina. It'll help with the heart. So, I don't know if I need to. I am using the stick a bit at the moment because it helps with my leg. As far as like my blood pressure, I'm on different tablets of that as well. As I've said, my blood pressure's actually spot on. But said my blood pressure's actually at a level where it should be for someone 10 years younger than me. You sort of like go like it can fluctuate a little bit. I was there a fortnight ago and it was just slightly higher than it was last week. but it was well within the limits. It's a lot since I've had the hard jack. It's actually dropped, but it hasn't dropped to a level where it's bad because it can. So I'll show you us getting around. I just have to press up on my elbow because I can't press up on my wrist because it hurts. So I'll just show you. Well, just put that down. I'll show you without. I can hobble a little bit without. But I'll show you what I've got on if I can get my leg up. I'll take my slipper off. I've got that on my knee. And you can just see that on my ankle. It's just a very lightweight ankle support. Doing the job. Let's say like Friday, I've done it, and like my wife says, "Oh, you want to be alright?" I said, "I think I've just sprained it." So she's like, "Do you want us to go to take you to the hospital?" I said, "No." I says, "Give it that now and see what it's like." And I give it about an hour or so, and it eased off a bit, and I got like, she's your shoe, and I says, "Oh, she's your knee alright?" I said, "Well, it's a bit sore." I said, "I think I feel as if I've pulled something," but I said, "It should be alright." I said, "I'll give it." I said, "Look," I'll see what it's like after the weekend, see how it's doing. And I says, "It doesn't feel too bad." So I said, "I don't think I've done out to it. I think I've just maybe I think I've just jarred it a bit. It was just, to be honest, I tripped up over my shoe. Hadn't put it away, and I tripped it, and my ankle went. Like, my ankle was like on, went right over on my ankle. I was actually, I think I've been quite lucky. I haven't actually damaged it more. It, when I first done it, I thought I tore something because I couldn't literally put any weight on it. I have to get. Like, luckily, I've got crutches. I had crutches in. I've got crutches in. So, and I was upstairs, so luckily that's where my crutches are, and I used them like for a couple of hours, and like done the foot and ice type of thing. The and that like it's up. I'm not kidding you. It's up quite a size, and it's gone down quite a bit. Still, it's not really swollen now. It's just a bit like puffy. I suppose you would describe it as. So it's ease, and like I strapped it. I've got like a proper ankle support with which I don't like. I don't like wearing it because it hurts me. I can't get shoes on very well with it. It's got like stays, and so I put that on like Friday, and I wore it Saturday, hobbling around the house. And like yesterday, I thought I'm going to take it off, and I put like like a slightly stronger support on than this. It's the one I used to wear for football. Yeah, I think I might have seen this with it before. I've got a knee support the same type. It's got like, and then I put that on yesterday, and like today last night when I went to bed, I took it off, and I just put this on. And I got up during this morning to go to the town. I was hobbling, and like my wife Claire says, "Are you all right?" I said, "Aye." I said, just got the first put my weight on it, and I thought I'm just going to leave this on, and I'm like, I've been up a good few hours now, and I'm hobbling, I'm walking around, I'm like, it's painful, but to be honest, my ankle and my knee is not bothering us that much. It's my wrist. My wrist's really painful because if I'm using a laptop or anything like that, I'm struggling to use my hand because I can't like sort of move it very well. But that'll come back within a couple of days, hopefully. But that's how things are going. Let's see if I can say this right. Corrig Geen 71 asked a question on not my last video, the video before he posted, asked about what my lifestyle and that was like when I had my heart attack. I'm not sure if he meant my first one or my last one. I'd have commented back, but if he sees this video, because I know has seen my videos. When I had my first heart attack, I started to put weight on that down to the fact that I'd have to stop playing like contact sports because I'd always played football and that, but I'd had bad problems with my knees for quite a while, and it got to the stage where I just couldn't play anymore, and I wasn't really doing any exercise. I was still in the supermarket at the time as a manager, and I was under a lot of stress. We were short staffed, so I was some days snacking in between meals, which had been going on for about a month. I knew my blood pressure was up because I could tell. And I was just generally really ran down. And as I say, like I came in from work, I thought, oh, you know, and I felt a bit like. First, I thought it was indigestion because I'd had quite a bit of indigestion from snacking. Well, which I thought I hadn't actually. I'd been having mild angina, which I just hadn't realised, and I started to get short of breath, and I like Claire says, "Are you alright?" She says, "Yes, ma." I says, "Aye." Do you want to get in here? I said, "No, no." I said, "I'll go, but I'll get it, mister." Well, we get it. And I went over to the table and I picked it up and like goes. I just got this real bad pain. I goes, "Oh, so you're right." That's that's bloody asthma and indigestion. And the next thing I knew, it's going into my arm, and she said, "Look, I'm ringing an ambulance." And she rang an ambulance, gave the symptoms off, and they said, "Oh, it sounds like he's having a heart attack." You know, um, so that was that. It was the last heart attack I had. Obviously, over the years, I've put weight on. My blood pressure hasn't been right, but they've got that under quite good control now, and things are improving. So, and I hope everything's going alright with you as well. I know you had a heart attack a couple of years ago, but like me, you're one of the lucky ones. You're younger than me, so obviously your prognosis is probably better. But I've had the angioplasty, and everything's going great. But that's all for today, guys. Thank you very much.